Hi everybody, Shane and Nick Mays. Welcome to Office Hours. So, feel free to post questions under, oh, I'm Wilder, hello. Feel free to raise your hand, join the stage, ask questions there, or perhaps write a question, other questions or general. I'm happy to comment and answer. Hi, Yuri. So just, happy to answer whatever questions you might have. So you can request to join the stage if you'd like that. Hey Smitty, hey Yuri, hello everybody. Right, let me see if there are any questions I could be answering. Not yet, as far as I can see. So yeah, anybody? Any questions to ask? Perhaps in relation to the announcement and our roadmap for the next 4 weeks until we go live with the pre-sale. Yeah, feel free to type, in questions under in general, or also join the voice call here, so we can discuss. Right. Then before until we get questions, I could quickly run through the 4 week schedule that we have. So probably you all have followed the announcement that we posted Friday last week. Where we detailed the plan for the next 4 week, and then sort of it all concludes with the pre-sale. All different activities they lead, of course, to the pre-sale event that will be sort of run in 2 phases. There will be this early access pre-sale and the general pre-sale. So early access starts on Friday and runs over the weekend, and the general pre-sale starts, I believe, on Monday and then lasts until Tuesday. Then essentially, already this week we'll be updating everybody on the progress of our works. This week we will be introducing Flair token. It will be a reputation-based token that will have different uses. This token will be sort of linked to an individual, so it will not be transferable. It will represent your reputation earned through, basically participation in DeFIRE, Discord or different activities, helping deliver the tasks and so on. Oh, I believe I'm still recording, but my Discord disconnected. Oh, okay. Right, sorry, I got disconnected for a second. I'm back. And sound dead. Yep, it was dead for a second. Indeed, Smitty. I got disconnected from Discord. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just So to continue on the on Flare token. So So everybody who participated in different events or activities, contests um, that we had on our Discord, invite contest, Twitter contest. There'll be more contests to come. Will be eligible to receive a token. To start with, um, each role that you have earned for different activities will represent one Flair token, and those tokens will be given most likely every I mean distributed every week or every second week. So when new people are eligible to receive more tokens, they will be given those tokens. I mean the first use of Flair token will be essentially, the early DAO governance. So before the protocol is launched and before we have DeFIRE tokens in circulation, those reputation tokens will serve the purpose of the voting. Um, Later on, once we have DeFIRE, I mean, we are brainstorming different possible uses of the Flair token because we want this token to be used throughout the project. Essentially, it will also represent and also sort of show the status of people in the community, those having more reputation tokens. Um, uh, it will mean that they are probably the voice that is that should be heard more in the community compared to those with lower amount of those tokens. There could be things like probably also maybe affecting or boosting the yields in our protocols in future and so on. So we'll be looking at different uses for the Flare. Um, yeah, it could also be that. I mean, ultimately, we already have sort of a weighted voting system with the governance DeFi because it depends on how long your DeFi is going to be locked for. So, so just to quickly sort of refresh on that. So if you come with 100 DeFi tokens and you'd like to receive the governance token, then you'll have to lock them to receive the governance token, and the lock can be anything from 1 week to 4 years, similar to what Curve does with their tokens. And the longer the lock, the more governance tokens you receive for your 100 DeFi. So if you lock your tokens for all 4 years, then you receive sort of one-to-one equivalent of the governance tokens, so 100 governance tokens. If you lock it for a year, which is 25% of the maximum lock time, then you receive 25 tokens, governance tokens from the 100 that you have locked. So that is already how it will sort of impact the voting. I mean, and it will promote those who want to engage with the project or lock their tokens, DeFi tokens, for a long time. They will get effectively, higher impact on the voting. To do something like we are Cassandra. No, I haven't seen Cassandra, so can't really comment on Cassandra. So yeah, I mean, let's see somebody there. Great. Jumping back. Yes, Smitty, I mean, you're welcome to join me on the stage if you'd like to discuss Cassandra, or you can also write, a little bit more about it in the chat. So yeah, so that's on the Flair token. So yeah, just to summarize, different roles. The more roles you have, the more Flair tokens you will receive to start with, and then they'll be earned every week or every second week, depending on how frequent we run different contests. There's also they will also be given to members who are helpful to the community, who are active on on our Discord who are helping new members when they join, who are answering questions and who are guiding, other members and sharing their knowledge. So there'll be basically this Flair token could be also given for that, for just being helpful and active in the Discord. So that's what it's going to be. Another one. 1 minute, sure. We can definitely wait a minute. So yeah, so that week, this week, when we just go back to the plan, where is it? Announcement? Yes. So that is the Flair token. Then we are well in the process of discussing the KYC provider. We believe we have found one that is professional. It's a professional company that provide KYC services for institutional clients. So nothing like Azure or the other Apoc Lock or what is the third one? Rugdoc. I mean, nothing against them, but it's we believe it's a different caliber when it comes to the level of services they are providing. So we are discussing final details with them, and we should be starting the process very soon. This week we will also deploy the beta landing page. We have waited with the landing page for quite some time because we wanted to have basically launch the website that would already come with a very strong visual, that will make very strong visual impact. And last week we have finalized an agreement with a design studio that will sort of develop further our brand image and also provide us with graphical assets to build our visual identity and also the landing website. But that their work will still take a while before they provide us all the visual assets that we would like to have for the website. So we have decided to launch a very basic website with not a lot of graphical content, but with the actual content that might be helpful to those who come to DeFIRE website and would like to read about the project a little bit more without joining our Discord, for example, right? So that we also have planned for this week. Then let's see if we have some other questions before I jump into. Oh, there is a hand. Sorry, Smitty. I was not looking at that. Invite to speak. You can join. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing yourself?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good.
I just want to
Question
say,
I had, I seen a
yeah,
Google document.
yeah. Before I continue, I hope you don't mind that I'm recording. Just to let you know that I'm recording the office hours, so
Okay.
just for your information.
Yeah, for services. Yep. Question I was having with the Google document, are you guys going with I think it was Clarity, to see, I guess, what everybody was working on, and then, just to collaborate a little bit more to see, I guess, where I could help out the most at.
Hmm. Yeah, the clarity is basically, yeah, as you say, it's a platform that we are exploring. I believe that was what I think we looked at last week, that they haven't still launched on Polygon. I think they scheduled a launch for Polygon for the last weekends. I haven't followed up on whether they successfully launched on Polygon or not yet. They were available on Ethereum. And then there was their announcement that last weekend was their launch date for Polygon. So
Okay.
I haven't checked if they are there yet. We have somebody else in our team looking at this glitch, but I will follow up with him whether it can be already implemented for our project. But yeah, but we definitely consider and would like to use that for collaboration.
Right. Yeah, I guess what that just takes a decentralized transaction to like confirm your transactions amongst each other. Like you'll sign in through a wallet, basically, to
Mm,
confirm your identity.
in terms of like, do you mean like for like multi signature for like to approve treasury transactions? This is what you're referring to?
I'm thinking more along the lines, like just the collaboration side of it. Like, how they have like a Trello or,
Yeah.
is there anyone actively, I'm sure somebody's doing it.
I mean, for now we are using Trello to track our work basically.
Okay.
So we have, let's say, this basically, the 4 week roadmap that is now posted. I mean, we have it all detailed also in a Trello board.
Okay.
So with a sort of a Gantt chart and so on. For instance, different teams, they also build their own Trello boards more specific to the activities they have. For instance, marketing,
Right.
they are detailing, for instance, different social media campaigns and promotional
Right. Yeah. I
campaigns there.
mean,
So
not
there are
everybody
different,
needs to know like, everything to a key point, as long as,
yeah.
marketing's working on marketing, that's great. If someone's working on the DAO side of it, they don't need to know about marketing so much.
Indeed. So you could say we have like, like overall plan or schedule, right? That sort of highlights the key milestones as now
Yeah.
posted under announcement. But then you have more detailed activities on individual boards for different groups or teams.
Okay.
So that's,
Sounds
yeah. But I believe, I mean, once we have tested and we know that this clarity works and people can figure it out how to use it, we'll probably move to that platform. But I think we still want to test a
I
little
think
bit
you're
more.
still probably, a little ways away before that's really effectively working well, right? I
Yeah,
mean, kind
yeah,
of it
indeed,
might slow you down in one aspect.
exactly. So it's so yeah. I mean, always this transition from one tool to another tool is going to slow you down, right, a bit.
I
And
agree.
and
It's
so
not really
then
benefiting you by doing it besides pleasing a few community people, maybe.
yeah, and then yeah, and then, ultimately we would like to, sort of transition to those tools that are intended for like decentralized collaboration. But it's
Correct.
just a question about the timing. What's the best timing to do that? Um, and now, when we are sort of in the midst of, very intense schedule, you could say the upcoming 3 weeks or so. Perhaps now is not the most optimal time to transition because we might lose some productivity doing so.
Right.
But yeah, so we are tracking on Trello. We also wanted to sort of make like a public Trello board where people can see what is being worked on, which will be sort of similar level of details to what we have posted in the announcement, because I don't think we have to go into more depth than that with the sort of with detailing the activities. So that we still have to sort of launch this public Trello board so everybody can just view what is being worked on. Right. So what is this Cassandra that you mentioned in your question? Oh, hello, hello. Are you there, Smitty? Or is it me or my internet that is not, or Discord is kicking me out? Can you guys in the audience hear me? Yuri, M. Wilder, and Smakaroni? No, you can't. So my Discord is connecting back again. Yes, hi again. Sorry, my Discord is disconnecting me today for some reason, so I'm back. So there is another question. Yep, sounds issue again. It appears. Yep, that's correct. Correct. Yeah, I just got disconnected from Discord. Uh, yeah, indeed. Right. Okay, seems media is gone. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, so if I just then jump back to the schedule, and perhaps there'll be more questions coming, or perhaps somebody else would like to join the stage. So that was this week. Next week, we have a bunch of things scheduled. So one of them is to complete the KYC with the providers with the provider with the chosen provider. We also describe how we see the multi-signature to be set up for the treasury. Um, Also, there'll be initial description of the DAO setup, so different principles and of the DAO and how it's going to initially operate. Um, we'll also describe the pre-sale process and the budget and the process of the pre-sale, how we see it to that it will run in more details. There will also be the code, the pre-sale code will be also deployed, so everybody in the community can review it and see what it is about. And lastly, we will also detail how Blaze protocol is going to work a little bit more in depth. So that is coming next week, and then the week 3, which then is the week basically when the early access presale starts on Friday. We'll close the whitelist. Obviously, that we have to complete a few days before the presale and add all different wallet addresses to the presale code to unlock access for those who are eligible. Here we have also planned with our design studio that time we'll be receiving some visual assets, like an outcome of their work, which then we'll be adding to our website. So we'll be improving the visual content of our landing site, and in that week, of course, just before the pre-sale, we'll be including the third parties into the multi-sig, so they are also in place before the pre-sale happens. Then we run the pre-sale Friday to Sunday. It's the early access pre-sale, and then Monday, Tuesday, week after is the general pre-sale. And that essentially is going to sort of close the first phase, which is this pre-sale phase, and then from there we work on completing the launch of the protocol, and soon after the pre-sale is finalized, there'll be the launch of Spark and Blaze most likely together, and that will take place within probably around 2 weeks time from the pre-sale, but we'll sort of then post a new updated roadmap once we have progressed a little bit more with the phase we are in at the moment. So yeah, so that was sort of a summary or a rundown of the weeks to come. Let's see if there are some more questions. Nothing seems to be under questions or under general. So I don't know if M. Wilder and Macaroni, you have some other things you'd like to hear about, some questions. Maybe you'd like to join the stage. You're more than welcome to do so. Up, and we have RG. Hi, RG. Great you joining. I was just asking others if they have some more questions they would like to ask, either post them under questions or general, or just join the stage, and we can also talk here with each other. So other than that, I have just finished doing an overview of our roadmap for the next 4 weeks that you can listen to once this recording is uploaded from this office hours. Other than that, I don't know. We can just feel free to post some more questions. But if there isn't anything coming, then probably we can close in a few minutes or so. Oh, there is something. Yeah, Tomb Forks isn't coming to an end. Do I agree with that? Well, to be honest, I don't follow all that much Tomb Forks. I participated in Tomb Finance itself, and this is where my experience with Tomb project ends. I didn't participate in any of the forks. Perhaps they, I mean, probably they didn't have easy life the recent month. So yeah, probably that's the case, that their season is coming to an end, and then yeah, and probably there'll be something new around the corner, like we had with Olympus forks and now Tomb forks, and there is probably a new thing they'll be popular very soon. I can see you're still writing some more. Great. A lot of projects are rushing layer 2, 3, and failing. Yeah, we definitely take time. I agree. We are not rushing. We are not rushing. We've been sort of involved in this project, and its first iteration already early December. So what's that? That's 3.5 months now. But essentially, December and January were more for brainstorming and exploring different directions and ideas, and essentially February is more is opening up for the community and inviting people from outside. So we are certainly not rushing things out. We want to get we want to make a good impression, and we want to launch a solid proposition when we launch. So there is because essentially what our goal, ultimate plan is to build something that will be here for a while. We don't intend to launch an ecosystem, because essentially that's what we are building, an ecosystem, not just one protocol, but multiple protocols and different supporting elements. We are building here for long term. So also, yep, a lot of KYC projects also rock. Yep, a lot of many people trust KYC. Yeah, probably your decision is good. No, and I mean we had in-depth discussions with. Oh yeah, I'm happy to address all that. So we have we had in-depth discussions with Assure or Ape or Clock. We were not satisfied with the way how they store the data or the information we would disclose with them. So we were not satisfied with their policies regarding when and how they disclose information they store. Ultimately, it was up to their judgment. So they would judge whether to disclose or not disclose, and when to disclose, which ultimately is is our opinion. It was the wrong approach. It's not really them to be the sort of the body that is going to assess whether information should be released or not to, let's say, law enforcement. It's the law enforcement themselves that have to come and ask for that. So we were definitely not satisfied with the procedures and processes they were offering. So therefore we were exploring and then looking at a company that does it professionally. I'm not going to discuss and argue that the two names you mentioned, Assure and AbleClog, are not professional, because perhaps they are, and most likely they are. They have customers that are satisfied with what they are doing. But at least to our expectations, they were not meeting those. Then yeah. So is KYC for marketing? Well, yes and no. KYC itself, there are many elements to it. For instance, the company we are going to collaborate with, they asked us how. I mean, they were actually one of the elements, just to illustrate what KYC is about and what it also includes, is that. So imagine that I reach out to a KYC company like that. The first question they had was, how could they know that I am the actual person that is representing this project, that I am not somebody that the project sort of bought or paid money for being a fake CEO, a fake, founding or team member, right? So that was already one of the things that we had to demonstrate, that, well, people that are actually reaching out to those to this provider are actually people who are in fact representing the project, and not somebody else who is just a fake person that is just, doesn't care about their identity being disclosed, for example. So that is something that is, one of the elements that need to be also considered. And whether APOC and Assure do that, I don't know. We haven't been all that far with them. So is it for marketing? Just to answer that on that question, to some extent, yes, because then, projects can advertise, yes, they are KYC'd, they are to some extent secure, but what, in our opinion, makes a project secure is not just one element like KYC or multi-sig or review of the code. It's actually the combination of many elements together. And this is what we are looking at. So it's not just one thing that makes project secure. It's a combination of multiple things. Um, Myself personally, I think uh, that multi-sig has very strong potential of be a very strong safeguarding mechanism for uh, assuring that, that the rugs don't happen, because multi-sigs can be configured in multiple different ways, and they can be introduced at different levels. They can also be combined with another mechanism that is called timelocks. So the decisions that I mean, the decisions that impact the project, you could say, at fundamental level, they are time delayed, for example. So then the community can see that there is such an, for instance, transaction approved, but it's first going to be implemented in 5 days, 3 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. I mean, depends on the configuration of the time lock, but there is a time delay from the decision to the actual execution. So then the community can see what is being also put in a pipeline in terms of transactions. And then the community, if, well, there is, RAG is obviously very clear, because, well, then you see that the funds are being moved from the treasury wallet to a random wallet that is not part of the treasury or the project. So if such a transaction is under a time lock, then essentially everybody can see, and everybody can quit the project and withdraw their investment from the project before it actually happens, right? So already that brings, another level of safeguarding. So multi-sig is a strong tool, and this is what we will be, detailing and presenting how we see this multi-sig process to be handled within DeFIRE, and that's something that we'll sort of describe in details next week. But ultimately, what we want to do is a combination of internal and external multi-sig. So for a transaction to happen, we will need to have internal multi-sig confirmation. So let's say there is a group of people that are holding the internal multi-sig. Let's say they agree on the transaction, but before that transaction can happen, the external group has to also sign off that transaction. So there'll be like two levels or two independent bodies that would have to sign off one transaction. And of course, then it's a question about what are the thresholds for the transactions, because not each transaction would require a multi-sig. Because if we're talking about some day-to-day operations, then probably those will be taken care of from individual team budgets. So budgets will be then allocated from the main DAO treasury. There'll be plans proposed to DAO, and the DAO approves the plan. Yep, we agree that Team X receive so much for the execution of their tasks. Then that amount is being transferred from the treasury, which then requires this multi-sig, as I explained, to the team treasury, and at the team level there'll be another configuration of the multi-sig that will perhaps not require the same involvement and the same security level as the DAO treasury, which holds all the funds. The team multi-sigs will be less demanding, you could say, because obviously they will operate with lesser amounts of money. So, and they also have to be more agile in terms of operation, because they have expenses that have to be probably covered from day to day. They can't wait for instance, for the time lock transactions that, for instance, last a week or a couple of days. So there'll be different levels of the multi-sig depending on the budget sizes, and also the sort of the speed at which those transactions need to be executed. So yes, Square is creating a mess right now with the median multi-sig. Square is creating a mess right now. I can't comment on Square. I don't know what it is. Sorry. I just jump back to there. Oh yeah, we have M Wilder at the stage. Maybe you know what the Square is, M Wilder. It's a question or comment from Smitty. Payment processing app. Okay.
Hey, I couldn't raise my hands because I have my permissions. I just choose to come on the screen on the stage or not. So I just
You just joined. Excellent. That's fantastic.
I did have a thought on Smackarooni's questions.
Yep.
Briefly, I guess we don't have any. For us, our urgency is around building our ecosystem, and not so much urgency around timing the market or seasons, when the season begins or ends, because we're fairly confident in the way we're architecting the Spark protocol in relation to our ecosystem, and so without really going into it, that when everything is launched, people will be able to see that the user interface and everything about how it's designed is going to work in relation to our overall strategy, and it's going to present opportunities and options that we have been thinking about over a long period of time, and which give us confidence that it'll still be very attractive to investors regardless of what has happened with other tomb forks. So that's just my opinion. I think that is basically where we've tried to go with it as a team, and so but from the outside looking in, somebody who sees we have our advertisement on What the Fork, or wherever we may be showing up as a seniorage protocol, and so it might be a natural question for people to be asking, well, are you off on your timing? That's why for us the timing is right for us.
Yeah, and indeed, absolutely agree. I mean, as you say, in Wilder, I mean, we're not really after uh, timing the market, because if we were trying to time the market, we would have launched a zero hedge protocol or fork, 3 months ago, right? And yep, that would be then the right timing to do something quick and then raise capital this way. Well, build a hype initially, but then soon after, well, just disappoint our community, because well, that was the nature of things with those type of projects. So we decided not to do that because, well, then it doesn't support the long term goals that we have, right? So yes, that would maybe be attractive, in a very short time, but not for the long lasting objectives. So um,
Cool.
I'm gonna mute myself. It looks like Smitty wants to come back up, so I'm
yeah,
gonna mute now.
yeah, yeah. Yes, that's right. I think Smakaroni, next week will be when we will be sort of unfolding more about the Blaze protocol. So basically, the heart of the entire ecosystem, which I mean, has nothing to do with Tomb Fork. It is a protocol on its own, and it will offer different containerized strategies. So there'll be strategies for different investors. One of them, possibly, that's something we're exploring, would be a strategy that would invest in the Spark protocol that we are launching also, which is then a seniority protocol. So through Blaze, people would be able to participate in Spark, but it will be the optimal strategy as the protocol, the seniority protocol offers, basically, right? So there will be a possibility to do it from through the container, and then the strategy would be then adapted based on the condition or the state of the Spark. So that would be one of the containers. There will be many more other containers that we are planning for. There will be most likely a low risk container that will be stable coin based. We are exploring different strategies for that one. There'll be something with a little bit, I would say, probably medium risk that gives exposure to different tokens. Probably the major ones, or let's call them blue chip major tokens, like AVAX, Matic, Solana, Luna. So there will be a strategy probably for those. And yeah, we're also exploring other strategies. But that will be that will we'll say a little bit more about it next week. So there'll be, yeah, some exciting stuff. Um, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, and what the fork, yeah, listed there. Probably they don't really explain all that much about what our project is about, and also, to be fair, we didn't really do all that much effort to correct that with what the fork. So yeah, perhaps we should revisit that and then update the information on that on their website. Oh, Smithy, there you. Oh no, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Actually, I kicked you out from invite to speak. Where is it? Oh, now he left the call. Oh, he got upset with me. Sorry, Smithy. Didn't mean to. It's just wrong button. Um, right. Let's see if there is more questions coming. Yep. Thanks, Macaroni. Uh, yeah, but if we don't have more questions, oh, there is Smithy is writing something. All right. Let's see what we can answer. Okay, well, Smitty is going to message you, Wilder, he wrote. So, excellent. Excellent,
Yeah,
Smitty.
he just he messaged me. He had a question. It has to pertain to the beta landing page.
Hmm?
So I'll touch base with Glitch. He's wondering if we need any assistance getting that ready. So.
Yes. Mm, yeah, possibly. Yeah, I'm sure we do. Actually, we do need assistance pretty much everywhere. I mean, every help is welcomed. There is plenty to do to reach our goals. So, everybody who has the time and interest in helping out, just reach out to Wilder, myself, Glitch, Phoenix, and I'm sure we can find tasks where you can contribute. Um, yeah, so I believe then that could be it for today. Let's see if we have something more. Nope. Excellent. Maybe just the last thing I could. Let me see. There we are. I think what we could do. Oh, you can't see it because I can't share my screen, but then you'll be able to see that in the recording. So that will sort of uh, that will be sort of the reason for joining or for sort of listening again or watching it again. Um, I'm trying to see. Yep, there we are. So what I'm doing now, I am scrolling through the beta website as we have it today. It is not how it is going to look like towards the end of the week, but basically an idea of what we had a couple of weeks ago, and now essentially this one is to this will be made even more simple in terms of amount of information and also the graphical assets. So yeah, it will be lighter than what I'm just scrolling through. Um, but yeah, ultimately, it is going to provide the essential information about the ecosystem and different elements of it. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to sort of show. But sadly, the stage doesn't allow me to share my screen. Otherwise, yeah, you would be able to see it right away on the stage. But it will be in the recording because I just put it on my screen. So yeah, you can revisit the recording and then just scroll the way to the end. In the last few minutes, I was presenting that sort of sneak peek on the beta website as we have it today, which will not be something that you will see over in the next few days because it will look slightly different. So that's what I just wanted to show. All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, and Wilder, and unless you have something to add,
Nope. Good to see RG here this morning. He's going to be taking on more uh, tasks with the marketing team, and
fantastic.
so yeah, just wanted to say thanks for stepping up, and we're looking forward to uh, offering more engagement. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, definitely. We are welcoming, more contributors to the team and then helping us reach the goals that we have set. So that would be great to see RG around. All right. Well, then thanks a lot for those office hours, and well, have a great day. All right. Bye bye.